Hi there, Susan Spillman here. I'm a Fast Track for Kids trainer, and today I'm going to give you some pointers of things to remember as you become a trainer. So I know many of you have already had experience with Fast Track for Kids, and so you know all these things already. But these are just things to remind you to be sure that you're doing as you're training people. So I wanted to first just mention Jazz Govan, who, as we know, is the founder and creator of Fast Track for Kids. And she created this about 2 years ago, although we've really been doing it actively, I'd say, for the last 9 months. More and more people are getting trained. I've become a trainer. We're now offering this to you to become trainers yourselves so that we're expanding all the time. And we already have practitioners all over the world. And we're waiting for more trainers so that we can have more practitioners. So I wanted to introduce you today to you, the character you. Some of you have been trained with Ikigai, and so you is our new character. And you is a vessel for all of our feelings. And all of our feelings are related to our subconscious programming. So you symbolizes our subconscious programming and all of our feelings that are inside of us. And I want to just tell you a story about an example about subconscious programming, just so you remember this. I know you already know it, but just to refresh your memory. So as a child, there was a girl who had a pet, and this pet, who she loved dearly, died. And when the pet died, her parents buried the pet for her. They didn't invite her to come. She didn't invite herself to come to this burial. She watched them bury the cat. And the parents were trying to help her. They knew she was very upset. They were trying to protect her. And the girl took this to mean that they didn't care about her feelings. They didn't care about her feelings. They didn't want to include her. And this is what happens. So this is an example of how a child interprets an event, which is the parents were burying the cat. She interprets it in a certain way, and this becomes her subconscious programming that follows her whole life, unless the parents and she talk about it or she works it out sometime later in life. But in general, what happens is these feelings that we develop, they're feelings, but they're the interpretations of events that become feelings, are held in our subconscious. And this follows us all the time, so that sometimes as adults, we're still dealing with these issues from our childhood. And that's what Fast Track for Kids is all about, okay? It's all about releasing these feelings, releasing this subconscious programming, so that as the children grow up, they don't have these subconscious programs that are still stuck inside of them. So it's very, very exciting. And I did one session with an older woman. I mean, she was like 85, and she'd been holding some issues about her brother dying when she was age 6. She'd been holding these inside, the grief, all kinds of issues, feelings, all kinds of feelings around her brother dying for all of her years, till 85. She was 85, and she was convinced nothing would ever make a difference. But she was being a volunteer for Fast Track for Kids, and so someone did a session for her, and she released many of these feelings, many of these grief, sadness, feelings that had been around for almost 80 years. I mean, she was shocked. So this is an example of how powerful this procedure, this game can be. And I'm sure you've had some of your own experiences with this as well. So it's just good for us to keep this in mind and to get the idea of subconscious programming, that this is really the underlying issue with Fast Track for Kids, and that you is the vessel that holds this subconscious programming, and you is us, is you and me. Okay, thanks.